Here's a quick video on our private team camps. Basically, it's our 3-position wrestling camp, which we do here in Missouri at my facility north of St. Louis. It's sold out 17 out of 18 times. So it's the most common, well, it's the best 2 to 3 ways to score from the most common positions in wrestling. So very much, very impactful. So for example, your opponent's going to grab your head about 7 times a match with a collar tie. So we have 3 ways to score from there, 2 ways to score from a front headlock, 2 tilts from a cross wrist, 2 ways to finish when I'm on a single leg, my opponent sprawls on top of me, 2 ways to break the lock when I stand up. So, everything's 2 to 3 ways to score from the very common positions. Now, as far as a private team camp, we bring that camp to your school, right? And you can do this team only, or you can open it up to the surrounding community and charge them extra and use it as a fundraiser. So our fee is basically flat. This is your camp. We charge right around $1,500 a day, which was years ago based upon what we charged. $40 a day for a wrestler, have about 40 kids there, we'll do the camp. That just didn't always work. We just kind of gave up on doing traveling camps. A lot of demand, and I said, hey, you just give us a flat fee, I'm staying out of it. And people say, well, what if I get 80 kids and we charge $60 or $70 a day? And I'm like, keep it, what do I care? So it's turned into a fundraiser, just sort of like accidentally, and a very good fundraiser. I've had coaches make over 20 grand in a week, and I'm not exaggerating. A large number have made, 8 to 12. You got to hustle though. So we do 2.5-day camps, which are based on Friday night, Saturday, Sunday. We do those year round, even in the summer though, but those are mostly done during the school year, but also about 20% of the camps we do in the summer are 2.5-day camps. So it's a long leg riding night. Then the next morning is also leg riding, and then the last day and a half of camp, we hit our other positions. Now, we're not going to get through the entire practice plan of the 3-position camp in 2.5 days, but we prioritize everything so it's nuts and bolts, and it's a very awesome camp. And every child or wrestler who comes to the camp gets a video series of the entire camp streaming to their iPhone or their laptop. So that's a professionally made video program. That's a $200 program. That's free. So that helps you to sell spots too, right? And 3 coaches get full lifetime access to our online wrestling academy, which is the 4-part series. Basics, phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, a $400 a year program. So we're bringing training, we're bringing the video programs. I fly our coach out there, they're highly trained. Most of them wrestled for me as kids, they're men now, and they're high school coaches. So it doesn't matter which one of our coaches does the camp, it's the same. Day 3, session 2 is the same, no matter who's teaching it. There's a few modifications built in, so there's some common sense there, but for the most part, the camps are just identical. All the steps are the same. The program, the structure is the same. So it's a tremendous camp no matter what. Now, if you do a 5-day camp, obviously, we get through the whole program, and that is that's $7,900 plus hotel, so 4 hotel nights, and then the 2.5-day camp is $4,350 plus hotel. So that's the only extra cost is hotel, and we do that because if you do open this up to the surrounding community and you want to use it as a fundraiser, which probably about 70% do, we help with the advertising and marketing. So that kind of just offsets those costs because we do write checks for quite a bit of that. So you book the camp. The link can be emailed to you or probably already has. I recommend get 20, 25 of your team members on board. Charge them. Don't let them for free because they won't show up. Charge them at least, $45 a day. And then you charge everyone else about $65 a day, and you have a great camp, and you get 25 or 28 of your kids to sign up, then that pretty much pays for the camp for the most part. And now you try to get 30 more kids at $60 to $65 a day, and there's a nice little profit there for you. So doing the math, I've done these. Now, we don't care how many kids you have. We send one coach. If you want to have extra coaches on the mat and you pack the place, do it. We like a wrestling room if there's probably 45 kids or less, a gym with 2.5 mats, maybe 3 mats if you have more of a crowd. But if you do the math, if you're charging $275 to $295 for a 5-day camp, and you say, and the flyer says, because there's a coach's packet on that link I emailed you, or it's on our website, there's a coach's packet that has marketing strategies, there's a waiver you can use, there's a flyer you can use. You just have to manipulate it and update it. So it's about 8 pages, but it's very worth your while to print that and use that. But you just say, hey, you know what? You sign up for this camp, you're getting a $200 video series of Perler's awesome system and the camp for $285 for a 5-day camp. And people are like, sign me up, right? And so you have 40 of them, and 40 times 300 is 12,000. So you're making about 11,500 if you charge 280. You have 28 of your kids coming at 200. There's another 50, so 17, 18 grand. We get 8. And plus you get to keep all yours because you're tax free. I got to pay my coaches, airplane, car rental, 40% taxes. So you're doing way better on the deal than I am. But ultimately, it's an awesome camp. All right, all fundraising aside, money aside, it's an awesome camp, and it's very affordable. It's the only way to get your whole team involved in a camp. You can't probably fly them all here, 38 kids, your high school team or youth team from Arizona to St. Louis for our camp. And they could drive in buses, and many do, but that does get to be expensive. So this is probably the only way to get your entire team. Now your hardcore year-round wrestlers, they're going to go anywhere. But your JV kids who their main sport is football, your youth kids who are playing multiple sports, they don't even know if they're going to wrestle in high school yet, but right now they're really into it. They're not going to go away to a camp. Most 10, 11, 12-year-olds, 8-year-olds, their parents may not want to send them away to a camp. Many do, but not everybody does. So bringing the camp to you is a slam dunk way of doing it. So all you're going to do is you're going to make sure you want to book the camp. Now remember, there's a deposit, but no one ever loses their deposit. Let's say tragedy strikes and there's a flood at the school and we have to rebook the camp. No one's going to be locked into paying us. We'll reschedule if you have to. Everybody wins every single time. That's just the way it is. Now I don't want to reschedule if you're not making the profit that you wanted to. You just have to do the work. You do this year after year, it will grow. But there's usually a nice profit built in, and it sure beats the heck out of selling candles or washing cars, which a lot of us have done as high school coaches. I did that myself. So from a fundraiser standpoint, it's tremendous. Awesome camp for your kids. Coaches can coach side by side with us and learn our system routines, pick our brain. So it's just a great opportunity for you guys also to implement a system. And since 3 coaches get lifetime access to the online academy and the core skills aspect of the online academy, which is what you should be doing during season anyway, you already have, and your kids have been taught this, and they have the videos streaming to their cell phone. So from a concept of a team becoming tremendous, this is a great tool. So the private team camps at perlerwrestling.com, check it out. And all you're going to do is you're going to communicate through email. Send us, once you get it laid out with your coaches, you pick your dates, give me a few dates, and we'll see what works. We'll say that date works. Here's the registration link. You sign up, you pay the registration fee and the down payment, which comes off of the final payment, and you're locked in. And we have insurance we cover through Camp Team, so anything that Perler does is insured. And you're going to take your own registrations. This is your camp, and we just collect payment about a week before we arrive, and it's a tremendous camp, and it's a tremendous opportunity for you guys also. Like I said, about half the teams, maybe a little bit more, use it as a fundraiser. You can do that too. So either way, check out the link, and if you have questions, let us know. Just at perlerwrestling.com, click on private team camps, and let us know if you have questions.